The village of Eldenbrook, nestled in a remote and misty valley, was a place of whispered superstitions and age-old legends. Among these tales, none was more chilling than that of the old Phelps Manor. The once grand estate had long since fallen into decay, its stone walls now overgrown with ivy and its windows shattered like a mouthful of jagged teeth. The manor was perched at the edge of the village, overlooking a dense forest that villagers dared not venture into after dusk. They spoke in hushed tones of the unearthly wails that echoed through the trees and the eerie flickering lights that danced within the manor's abandoned halls. No one knew for certain what had transpired there so many years ago, but the rumors were enough to keep even the bravest souls at bay. Claire, a young journalist with a penchant for the paranormal, arrived in Eldenbrook with a mind full of questions and a notebook ready to be filled. She'd heard tales of the manor and was determined to uncover the truth. With her trusty camera and flashlight, she set out one foggy evening to investigate. As she approached the manor, the air grew thick with an uneasy silence. The front door, barely hanging on its hinges, creaked open as if inviting her inside. Claire's heart pounded with a mixture of fear and excitement. The interior of the manor was a labyrinth of shadowy corridors and forgotten rooms. Old portraits hung askew on the walls, their subjects' eyes seeming to follow her every move. As she made her way deeper into the manor, she noticed the temperature drop, her breath visible in the faint beam of her flashlight. Suddenly, a cold draft swept through the hallway, extinguishing her light. Panic set in as Claire fumbled to turn her flashlight back on. When its beam finally cut through the darkness again, she found herself staring at a figure at the end of the corridor. It was an old woman, her face obscured by a veil, dressed in tattered Victorian clothing. The figure raised a skeletal hand, pointing towards a door at the far end of the hall. Claire, driven by a mix of curiosity and dread, followed the ghostly apparition. The door creaked open to reveal a small, dimly lit room filled with dusty old journals and letters. Claire began to read, piecing together the tragic story of the Phelps family and their descent into madness. Just as she uncovered the ghastly truth, the walls seemed to close in around her, whispers growing louder and more insistent. Claire realized too late that she had become part of the manor's curse. Her screams joined the chorus of wails that haunted the night, her flashlight lying abandoned in the corridor, its beam flickering before fading into nothingness.